Do you miss that? I miss the times where Snoop Dogg's language was actually popular.
Yeah, me too.
Like when that was actually a thing where like it was actually referenced and people would use it all the time in actual sentences.
I like it.
Like you don't really get celebrities just making up languages and catching on anymore. Those are the good old days.
The good old days. Now we're just like...
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal
more. Ladies and gentlemen, fans and friends, we are back once again. I am the custodian of charisma. I am the ophthalmologist of autism. She is the sultan of sarcasm and the sorceress of sass. I am the ghost. She is the coat. I am Brady. She is Danielle. Together, we are the best friends in all the land. We are the Heel Marks, and this is everybody's favorite Ring of Honor post show. That's right. This is Mark of Honor, brought to you by BodySlam.net. That entire network. Make sure you go to slamchats.com. Support the pod with your donations. Also, wherever you're watching us, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever they're streaming us. Go ahead. You see a like button, go ahead and click it. You see a share button, go ahead and smash it. If there's a stars button, you can rate this thing. Go ahead and rate it as many stars as possible. You see that comment button, that comment section. Go ahead, join the conversation. We don't just want to talk to each other. We want to talk to you guys too. Be a part of the show. Let us know what you thought of Ring of Honor. That's what we all just watched. That's what we're here to talk about. Another edition where they get 7 matches in about an hour. So this seems to be they're starting to nestling into this format where the end time's starting to become fairly consistent. I don't know if maybe as they as they get another pay-per-view on the books and then they're starting to promote, maybe they go back to an hour and a half or anything like that. But right now, this kind of seems to be the format that they're easing into.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't mind it. What are you gonna have 2 hours of just like nonstop matches like an indie show and like no substance? I'd much rather, if you're gonna do just matches, then only have it be an hour.
Right. If they are going to be a bit limited with the amount of different stories they tell, with the amount of talents that are featured every single week in a storytelling or push building capacity, then sure. But as you said, if when they give us an hour and a half show, it is just mostly squash matches. If it is just, you know what I mean, or even just the occasional, you get Commander in there with those 4-way matches, but then you don't see either of those guys for the next 2 weeks. So I don't mind what they're doing. We did get some stories advanced. We got some surprises, a little return here and there. Some people get completely built up. We got a vignette this week.
We did.
A nice little vignette. So yeah, I think they were able to accomplish a lot. I enjoy the talents that did get featured this week, and the people that were kind of missing, such as an Infantry or a Nick Camarado and JD Watts or the Righteous, etc. Continue. I'm sure we'll get them next week. This is kind of just how ROH does in their hour format now.
The people we got this week that we haven't seen in a while, I was all for them. Every single one I was happy to see.
There were fun ones. I mean, let's talk about, so you talk about someone we haven't seen in a while. Let's talk about the Zombie Princess himself.
Oh my God. He came out. I was like, Jimmy Jacobs, what are you doing here?
That was such a fun surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And to their credit, Jimmy Jacobs getting an entrance, because you never know. I'm pretty sure we've tuned in and seen Christopher Daniels not get an entrance. I could be making
Yeah,
that
that
up.
was a big
But
one where he didn't get an entrance.
Yeah, I didn't make that up, right? That did happen. So you never know who gets an entrance, who doesn't. Sometimes
this
they're
is a
weird
nice
with it.
one. Yeah.
So this was a surprise. This was a fun one. This is the exact type of wrestler that needs an entrance, because you are going to hear that reaction from the crowd. You are going to give Caprice and Riccaboni something to mark out about from the desk, and then we, as fans, we get a little bit more into this as well. Now, unfortunately, as soon as we realize that he's facing a literal giant,
oh my God, you
like,
look so tiny compared to him. So tiny. I was like, oh no.
They did Jimmy no favors.
Oh my
with
God.
this one.
Jimmy Jacobs is fantastic though. I was so happy to see him.
Me
but yeah,
too.
no favors at all. But you know what? Whatever. He was probably like, sure, I'll do it. He was probably walking by and they're like, hey, you want to have a match? And he's like, okay.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure he works for them in some capacity, like as a producer or something. Right. But like, you're right.
Like, he's the type of person to be like, I'm ready here, and just like opens his bag.
Always
and just, like,
have your gear. Always have
or
your gear.
he just walks around in his gear. I picture Jimmy Jacobs walking around in his gear.
I could see that.
I fucking love Jimmy Jacobs. Yeah, it was a nice surprise. It was a callback to old ROH, which I fucking love. And yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was nice.
like this is a legit. They have quite a few people who are legit Ring of Honor legends, like Ring of Honor royalty. And so while I think there are better ways to use them, such as building them up for maybe a month and then giving somebody a bit of a rub by giving them the defeat where it means something, but this was fun for what it was. We spoke last week about the fact that they were getting Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal on the show, so this stable is starting to get featured more as Ring of Honor talent. It makes sense for them to just go ahead and you know, remind you that he is a giant, remind you that this guy is a force who can do whatever he wants to whoever he wants, and it just so happened that this week Zombie Princess was in the way.
What a great name, Zombie Princess. I want to be a zombie princess.
I think you can be a zombie princess.
I would wear a crown though, because you know me and my tiaras. I need a tiara.
You have I've seen you wear many a tiara. You don't save these.
I think I have about 12, maybe
12.
1, 2.
That's so many tiaras.
5. No, maybe not. Maybe like 7, 8. 7
people. I don't know about you. She definitely has 12. She's trying now. Like,
I'm like looking around and like counting them. I'm like,
my like overreaction, but she's definitely.
Should I put one on now? I'll put one on now.
Absolutely, Zombie Princess in the fucking house.
Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? I fucking love it. It's all crystals. Isn't that cool, dude? I could just whip out a tiara anytime you feel like it.
Whenever you feel like it, boom. Just randomly, you know what? I'm feeling like a princess.
I do that when I'm cleaning my house sometimes. I just put on a tiara and I'll start like vacuuming or like mopping and stuff. And I'm just like, and blast Whitney Houston. And that's my life.
You know, I feel like Nyla Rose would randomly kind of just go like a month wearing a tiara for like an unexplained reason. Like she'd never explain it. Or like she really would just be like, I'm the queen now. And
so you know those tiaras when it's your birthday and it says like 40 on it. Hers would say tiara to match
right. Yes.
Pants.
Yes, 100%. Princess tiara.
Yeah, or just say tiara across it. I'm keeping this on.
We got Nyla Rose tonight though, and what I do like, it does kind of seem like they're spinning the wheel every month to see who starts getting this treatment. But Nyla Rose is getting the winning streak treatment, where they're starting to now remind us. I think this was her 5th in a row. Either that, or she started the match at 5 in a row, would make the 6th. I don't remember exactly, but once again, there is a winning streak going on for Nyla Rose. Does this just mean that they're, you know, keeping her strong just to do it because she is kind of a Ring of Honor regular and she is an absolute beast? So let's keep her strong the way she should be. Or if that winning streak does mean that another title shot could be in her future, maybe going for the TV title, maybe a return to her feud with Athena. These are things I think of when I start noticing somebody. Okay, wait, winning streak. Okay, great. What is that taking us?
Oh yeah, definitely. It can't just be a winning streak to be a winning streak. It has to mean something,
right? And we talked about this back when Shotty Lee had one, where you build it up enough, you can build a feud to the point where now you can have two women feuding, and it doesn't have to be for the title. It can be for the winning streak. Now, all of a sudden, Nyla Rose is saying no one can take me on. And then maybe off the top of my head, let's say a Mercedes Martinez and Diamante come out. And Mercedes is like, oh, really? I bet you I can end your streak. And now we've got them two going back and forth just because Nyla Rose got 7, 8, 9 in a row, what have you.
Every time you say winning streak, I think of Major League, that movie where he's like, if we win today, he's like, we won today. If we win tomorrow and then win the next day, that's called a winning streak. That's what I think of every time you say winning streak.
That is 2 in a row. It has happened before.
100%.
I love that fucking movie.
So even the second one's gold too. It's much cheesier, but it's still good.
The second one's cheesy, and the whole Wesley Snipes switching places with Omar Epps, that's
other way around.
Kind of weird out of nowhere. You don't remember that Omar Epps takes Wesley Snipes?
Oh, the way you said, I thought you meant Wesley Snipes takes him. Yeah.
Right. But no, that movie's just as good. And I love the whole heart attack scene. It was like, or an arm thing, or a heart attack thing. Who said heart attack?
Me. Yeah, so good. That's why if you watch Ted Lasso, like the whole premise of Ted Lasso is kind of Major League.
Ooh.
Well, in the beginning,
trying to make the team lose.
Yeah, she's trying to like sabotage the team. That's why she hires him.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, this is Major League. Sorry, I digress. But yeah,
no,
she'd probably love this too. She probably loves Major League.
She definitely, Nyla Rose loves Major League, 100%. 100%. She knows quite a few Major League quotes. I guarantee it.
Well, I mean, it goes hand in hand with like Jon Moxley, who's AEW, which is ROH. So it's kind of doing it.
Right.
Wild Thing.
Right. Yeah. It all ties together.
That's the only reason I know Wild Thing. I don't know Wild Thing other than because of Major League.
Right.
He wants variety. That's the only reason I know Wild Thing. Only reason. So that's why I was like, oh, so good. And Randy Quaid.
Who was that? Who was that? Was it not Bill Murray? Who's it?
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. He's like, you make my butt sting.
And the fucking janitor from Scrubs is in that shit too.
Yeah. He Neil Flynn. He's in like a bunch of like baseball movies. Like that's just his thing for a while.
That's right.
He's in Rookie of the Year, and he's in another one too. Because he said he would. He said he would show up to auditions, and they'd ask him if he could play baseball, and he's like, "Is that a requirement?" And they were like, "No." And then he'd see people that like were throwing balls and like doing actual baseball things, and he's like, "Wait, I thought that wasn't a requirement."
Well, that's probably how he got cast in Major League, because they cast. I'm pretty sure, I'm not making this up, I'm pretty sure he was in both Major League and Major League 2. But like as Major League 1, he's kind of just like a fan that didn't really talk. He's kind of just in the stands with the three main, like he's kind of just there. And then the second one, he's a bigger. He's still like just a fan, but he's more of kind of like.
Randy Quaid is like perfection in those movies with just yelling and taunting the whole time, because we all know that person. We all know that person when we go to baseball games, football games. There's always that person.
He's gonna mess it up. He's gonna ruin it for everyone.
Oh my God, he's back. Now I have to watch.
Back to this match, though. I did enjoy Rhea Von Slasher and the fact that the commentary put her over as someone who Nyla Rose can't just overpower. Can't just push around. Rhea Von Slasher is someone who can go toe to toe. So I do appreciate matches, especially since this was a squash match. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
This was in and out, but
Rhea Von Slasher gave me Lufisto vibes. I don't know why. There was something about her. Maybe it was her gear, but there's something about her that gave me real Lufisto.
I like
vibes,
that.
Which I would have loved to see her on here. Her and Nyla Rose, I would love it.
Lufisto, I would love to see more of Lufisto. I don't know
in
why
everything.
People don't want to put her on television.
Oh, she's so good.
Makes no sense, really. Makes no sense. Speaking of putting on television, the show opened with a mark out moment.
Yep, for me too.
Yeah, like just welcome back, Workhorsemen. I popped for just seeing the show open with JD Drake backstage cutting a promo like that alone, I was kind of like, whoa, what the fuck's happening? And then Anthony Henry comes out, reveals he's back. Anthony Henry looks jacked.
He looks amazing. Dude, it's the injury thing. Dude, when you hurt your leg, that was your time to shine. You should have came back with like a 12-pack. You only had like a 4-pack. You needed like 12.
I was trying. It did not work.
You were trying. You should just did arm exercises because
they
you couldn't
cut my
walk.
rehab up quick, man. I didn't get to fucking. I'm sure I got a gym. I didn't have shit. But yeah, the Workhorsemen are back. Once again, the fact that the show, literally the cold open, is just them announcing to the world, we're back, I'm back. I love this. I love the fact that Anthony Henry, that his release did get a solid amount of attention online in a negative capacity, to the point where Tony Khan was quick to come out and say, listen, when Anthony Henry is cleared from his injury. And once again, I don't know if it was necessary. I don't know how the contracts work, but just in Tony Khan's defense, that injury did not happen in AEW or Ring of Honor. That injury was on an indie show elsewhere. So I think there had to be something contractually or money involved where he was kind of like, listen, I can't pay for this guy while he got hurt somewhere else. But you know what? You guys made a good point. So as soon as he's cleared, he's coming back to Ring of Honor. I got him. He's good. And so here he is. He had been announced on Twitter earlier this week. He's cleared. He's back. He's ready. And we got them tonight. Workhorsemen defeating the Spanish Announce Project. This is like the feud that doesn't end with the Spanish Announce Project. Like this, I feel like I'm watching a cartoon show where it's the same shit. Like Tom and Jerry, every episode, same shit.
I always picture like the cartoon clouds under their feet when they're running, because it's like a cartoon.
Yeah,
all the time.
I don't know what has to happen for Griff Garrison and Cole Carter to not be fighting with these guys anymore.
Like out of all people to fight, why are we fighting with the Spanish Announce Project? Like, aren't we done with this? I feel like they're done with it.
You'd think that. We've seen them fight so many times and lose so many times. I guess as long as Griff and Cole are carrying around one of his masks, maybe this will just be never ending. Like, as long as he has the mask, that's just the most disrespectful thing he could possibly do.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, with that aside, this match was a banger. The commentary team did say afterwards, like, oh man, love for these guys to run it back without interference from these pesky kids. And I support that completely. I love the fact that the Workhorsemen got to remind everybody exactly why people were mad about Anthony.
They work so well together too. Like, I love when tag teams just work. And these two, like, they just flow perfectly together with such a unique difference in style and look. But they just so happen to work so well.
And it's like Anthony Henry's the smaller one, but like he's shown time and time again, sometimes he can show off just as much strength as JD Drake does. Like, he's still capable of hanging in there. And JD Drake is the bigger one, but he can fly.
He flies,
off the top rope like a gazelle. Like we've told him that he's a ninja before, and he never denied it. So really, like JD Drake is a ninja.
We tried to ask him. Yeah, we asked him if he was we told him he was a ninja, and he just didn't correct us.
He just laughed and like tried to laugh it off. Like, we know you're a ninja, and we also know that the first rule of ninja is no one talks about being a ninja.
Yeah. So, he laughed because we're incredibly funny. That's why he laughed to begin with. And then he was just like,
we're detectives by nature, and we got it.
Yeah, we're sleuths, man. Detective Dan, always on the case. We know.
That's right. But yeah, this was a fun one. And as you said, like, their styles complement each other so much. Not just Drake and Henry, but both teams.
Oh, 100%.
Really were able to pull a great match out tonight. So welcome back, Workhorsemen.
Yeah. I'm so happy to see them back. Made me really happy.
And welcome back, vignettes. We get a Marina Shafir vignette. The Problem is in the building. She is making her way to Ring of Honor. Once again, I'm curious what happens when they do something like this, because are they bringing her here with the plan of kind of just giving her some more seasoning, seeing how she does, so that she can be used in AEW, which they tried to do with her like years ago? Or are they? Is this someone they're going to bring up as a potential contender for probably more likely Billy Stark's TV championship? But either way, like, do they bring her here with the intentions of, okay, here in a month or two, this woman is going to be a contender for a championship, so get ready? Or is it kind of just, listen, we haven't done anything with her in a while, let's give it a shot, see what she's doing?
I hope it's that. I hope they give her a shot. I would love to see more women. One thing I have to say that ROH does not lack is women's matches, and I'm all for that, where I feel like actual AEW lacks, and I think bringing more women is totally okay, and I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, she's never bothered me nearly as much as she bothers like everybody else.
Everybody. I get very confused sometimes when people don't like certain people or like they have a stink with them. I'm just like, I don't get it.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I in the beginning, I got it just because as all of the 4 horsewomen from MMA began making the transition to wrestling, Baszler had been doing it for a minute, but then all of a sudden they're all doing it, right, and they're all getting booked, and this is all happening. They're all signed. So in the beginning, I understood why people were like, I knew that they were going to have a harder route, like everyone other than Shayna and Rousey, and even Shayna to an extent, but really anyone other than them was going to have a harder route. In terms of getting fan acceptance. Why you gotta ask me that? That's why.
Oh shit! I thought you knew.
You know how I talk. You know how I talk.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna look it up. Why you're saying that? I'm so sorry because I really thought you knew.
Something Duke, Jessamine Duke, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What is it?
I don't know. Yeah, Jessamine Duke. Good job.
Boom! I fucking knew it.
See, I knew you knew it. I'm your best friend in the whole wide world. I never doubted you for a minute.
Speaking of the 4 horsewomen, Ronda Rousey's been very vocal against WWE, but she did make a Ring of Honor appearance like a while back. She loves Marina Shafir. So I don't know, for better or for worse, it wouldn't surprise me if Ronda did make her way into Ring of Honor as a way of helping Marina Shafir. I don't think she's going to come and sign as a full contract. I don't think she's going to come for a title, but I do think she might come and just maybe be the muscle, just the silent muscle in the corner.
As long as she's silent, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah. she can only be silent for so long, like until she gets her hands on her phone, and then Twitter fingers go boom, boom, boom.
She's the worst.
But I do love a good vignette. I do love the fact that they're going to introduce us to, a new version of this character. It's a new beginning for her, so I'm excited to see what they got for her.
Me too.
I mean, I'm excited to see what's in store for STP as well. We spoke, a little while ago when Agogo was finally the person recruited for STP, that we were curious how this was going to work. We were excited to see how it goes. We're getting these tastes. My only small complaint, and this is what they do poorly with stables, in my opinion, is just because now you've got Shane with Agogo, there's no reason for Moriarty not to come with them still.
Yeah,
this is a stable.
I don't know why they do that.
This is Shane Taylor Promotions. Like, just have him there. I don't get it. I don't know if it's scheduling or, they just, I don't know. I'm ignorant when it comes to those things. So I assume there's got to be a reason. But if Ali was actually backstage, there's no fucking reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, stable is a stable is a stable. Bring people out when they're stable.
It makes just just when we're talking about the infantry and getting her involved as well, like this is the same thing.
And especially for ROH, I feel like they would benefit from is having someone like that come to get the crowd riled up a little bit too. That way, while they're having a match, they're on the outskirts, like slamming on the ring and like cheering and stuff like that to get people going. I feel like that's a good thing to have when you have like a valet or manager.
And Lee Moriarty's very good at that stuff also.
Yeah, like, he's good at getting people
standing out. He's got good contrast with everything Shane Taylor's doing. Like, Shane Taylor's mean, he's mad. He's like, did you see him as he was leaving? He's like scared, faking out the fan, like making him flinch. Yeah, like Lee Moriarty's always smiling, he always screaming, he's always laughing. Like, there's a bit of it, it just works so well. And Agogo, I've always been a fan of Ogogo, but he's got like a different style of intimidation than the other two do. Like, he doesn't get in someone's face. He's not trying to act tough because he knows that his hands are literal weapons. Like, literally, like, this guy is one of the most devastatingly dangerous fighters in his country. So when he comes to Ring of Honor, and all he has to do is kind of just walk around with his fists, if he swings that bad boy, you're going night-night.
I like him.
So I love the three of them. That combination is really intriguing to me. Give me more of the three.
Oh, 100%.
But I do love STP here, and I was a fan of this match.
Yeah, I was. Well, John Cruz is in it, so of course you were a fan.
Right, exactly.
I saw it. I was like, Brady's gonna be happy. I was like, Shane Taylor and John Cruz. I was like, this is a Brady match.
John Cruz is a jobber. I'm ready for him to them to give him an actual job, man. Like, give him something to do because he's so captivating in just his jobber work. He always gives people something to talk about. So I wish ROH would eventually give him something to do.
Let's give him something to talk about.
They gave London Lightning something
to
do.
My goodness gracious. I was so excited for this match. I love London Lightning.
He's so good. He's so good. And this is the perfect utilization of the Proving Ground format.
Yeah. This match was a little clunky.
You're a little clunky.
It was a little messy. But
you're a little messy.
I mean, yes. Fletcher doing the handshake with him on the ground. That's his like new thing where you just like.
I always love that.
I love it.
On the
It
ground.
made me laugh when he did. I was like, is he going to do it again? I was like, yeah, he's going to do it. London Lightning. Oh my God. London Lightning held his own. He's good. He's really good, and he's fun to watch. I really like him.
The funny thing is about him being named London Lightning is he does remind me a little bit of Paul London. I don't know if there's an intention to that. I don't know if Paul London had something to do with his training, but his style, a lot of the ways, like just the little things he does in the ring that call attention to him other than just the moves, like the in-between stuff. A lot of the stuff he does remind me of a younger Paul London.
Oh, I thought you were going to say London from Daisy of Love.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, I could definitely see that now that you said it with the Paul London stuff. Maybe that's like a little nod to him. That'd be cool. Because he definitely has that type of wrestling moveset.
Right. I mean, I like I said, I like this utilization of it because London Lightning is a jobber, but he is someone that we have been talking about. He's someone that does get everyone's attention when he's in the ring. Normally, they kind of just throw him in tag matches. And it's not even like some days he'll be facing a heel, some days he'll be facing faces. So it's tough for them to give the viewers that tune in consistently and are now keeping track of London Lightning. It's hard for you to get attached. You don't really know if you're supposed to like him, supposed to hate him, whatever. However, when you put him in the ring with Kyle Fletcher in this type of position where he's fighting for his life, can you last 10 minutes with one of the most entertaining and captivating and fastest rising talents on this show? And he makes Kyle Fletcher work for it. Kyle Fletcher even sold it after his win. Like the way he was in the ring. When
he had him in the submission move and Kyle Fletcher was trying to grab the rope and then he pulled him back and I was like, ooh, and they're like 90 seconds left. And you're like, ooh, is he going to do it? I thought that was really good.
Right.
Really cleverly done.
I do wish that they would give us a little timer.
Yeah.
Like a little timer. Commentary does do a good job of kind of always reminding us, okay, there's like a minute left. But it's like, especially if you're not going to give us the whole time, but when they give us the audible 1 minute warning, throw 60-second clock in the right hand corner. Just throw it up there. That way we can really feel that. Because especially, could you imagine if they did decide to have somebody win a Proving match? And they did it a few weeks ago, or with the tag team champions. But imagine when they do that and like you only know because you randomly like hear them say 10, 9, 8, 7. Like you don't get to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like show me that 60. Let me watch that every move, every power slam, every pinfall, every submission. You're watching as the seconds are just going. Like they can really take advantage of this format more.
Who do we know at ROH that can get us a job there? Because I feel like we can tweak them so badly. We can just be like, hey, here are things that I think is a good idea. And the correct idea.
Yeah. No,
this is correct.
I don't know who we know at Ring of Honor.
We know someone at AEW, but I don't know if they can
help us
pass it on to ROH so we can be like, hey, here are things.
I mean, AEW is ROH, so whoever we know at AEW, we got to pull some strings.
I mean, I can ask.
Like it's all the same.
I'm gonna get drunk first and then message him. That seems to work really well when I message people when I'm drunk.
That does seem to be the recipe to success with us.
Always. I don't know. I just think ROH will benefit from us.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. We love it when they do take our advice. So someone there is listening to this show. We love when we randomly see our advice get taken. Also love a good emergency minion empowerment meeting. I love MIT. These guys are so good. I love that every week they're giving us at least a little bit, because as the show was going on, I think right before the last match was coming and right before this segment, I was kind of thinking, I was like, damn, I do find myself missing Athena, like I do, like her absence is missed. And then boom, there they show up and give us a little bit just to continue the feud that's happening between them, Red Velvet, and Queen Aminata, which I love. Like, this is one of the best stories they have going. Those two titles are really the biggest prizes on the show, have been made very important, very valuable by who's holding it. So, yeah, like every week we need to be reminded that this feud is happening, that these are our champions, and that contenders are knocking on their doors.
Yeah, it's really
I did love this. Yeah. It's fun really stuff. It's fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely fun stuff. And you can build up to maybe one of them eventually dethroning one of our current champions, which would be really exciting. Queen Aminata. But, wishful thinking.
I mean, the funny thing would be if Athena was the one to drop it first, and now Athena has to handle being in in Billy Stark's corner. Well, Billy Stark's is champion, and she's not. Can she handle it? Would she just finally snap? Would it go to Billy's head? And would Billy feel like, well, she's the leader of the Minions now? So, yeah, there's so many different ways they can do it. I do like the way they're kind of making this a tag team feud first.
Me too.
Way, because we don't need to rush the title matches, especially if one of those titles is going to change hands. So let's get we can get those, keep the tag feud going, keep all four of them going, because you can't really tell who's coming after who either. Sometimes it seems like Red's coming after Athena, then it feels like Queen's coming after Athena. So I love that it's just they're both united in that they hate both of them, and that goes both ways. Mm-hmm. So I love this feud, and I love that it took them about 45 seconds to keep me just as invested in it as anything else they showed me tonight in about a 10-minute segment.
Definitely, these three are great together. Shout out to Lexi. She's great. She's so good.
Of course. No, Lexi's the MVP.
MVP always.
She really is. Everything she does is money.
Oh, so
even the end where they say goodbye and leave, and she's kind of just still smiling in the camera, and then she grabs her. Let's say, Lexi's just gold.
Yeah, she
absolute
really is.
Gold. I love Lexi.
Me too. Sorry, there's someone doing wheelies outside of my house.
I hear weird fucking noises.
I know. That's why I was like, I need to mute this. They have their ATVs, and they're always around this time, especially during the summer. They're just like, we're going to go really loud and obnoxious and run over all the stray cats and animals because they're assholes.
I feel like that's something Mike Bennett and Matt Taven would do a lot of. They'd be doing
100%.
reckless shit, making noise, scaring all types of animals.
I don't think Matt Taven would scare animals because... Hold on.
He wouldn't do it on purpose, but
he has a puppy. I told you, named Gryffindor, or or something like that.
Right. You did actually like just tell me about that like the other day. Yeah. So I like this match that we got here. Daddy Magic defeating Mike Bennett. I also love, and I hope they do this more often in terms of tag team feuds, but specifically with the champions, advance a tag team feud with singles matches. They don't always need to be tag team matches going back and forth. Like I do love it when a tag team wrestler has a singles match.
We talked about the Workhorsemen. We talked about Jimmy Jacobs. Daddy Magic, give me all of it. Daddy Magic, his backstage little segment. This absolutely, I completely agree with you. And having this match with Daddy Magic is great. Give me more of him.
He's so good, and I love the way they utilize him. Where he's got the injury going on, so the fact that like the entire match, this match was my match of the night. Like this match really had me from start to finish. Because they're both like just they can really go in the ring. Both of them, obviously, they're so good, but also just this. It felt so personal. You know, like they've done such a good job. Both teams are really building this feud where they just fucking hate each other and they just want to hate each other. And the fact that we know Angelo Parker is not with us. He's in another country. So we know he's not at the show. So Daddy Magic perseveres, fights through the injury, gets the big win, but you ain't got backup, bro. So we have to leave you laying. So like, I love the way this feud is going. This is the most interested I've been in this feud in a while. Like this tonight, they did a fantastic job of really advancing the story.
Especially someone that kind of, I hate saying this, like looks like Daddy Magic. You wouldn't think people would be so behind him, but you got to get behind him because he just has conviction in his, you know, he's great. I love him. I hope we see more of him.
He started, like everything about him is money. Like the way he talks, like as you said, commentary, promos in the ring. He's got that extra. He was one of the highlights of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
100%.
Like, I always want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard. Like to this day, favorite catchphrase ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I love that this story is for the tag team titles, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's for the tag team titles. It literally feels like they just hate each other. So it's personal. It cuts deep. But once again, this is elevating gold here in the ROH. So
I love it.
Love it. And taking us to the main event, I guess I was mistaken last week. I don't know if Dante Martin has recovered or maybe he just wasn't hurt. They did kind of mention commentary about how Action Andretti and Darius are becoming a bit of a tag team. So maybe they're just putting Dante on the singles side again and kind of just, you know, we did see Dante get the pinfall for this team. If I had to put money, I kind of would have thought maybe they'd go with Lee Johnson just because Lee Johnson has been getting pushed as the solo artist. They do like to keep him strong every once in a while, but no, they gave it to Dante. So I wonder if maybe Dante is going to be more of a highlighted singles wrestler while Andrade and Darius give tag team a bit of a shot.
Maybe. I like that they called them all Top Flight. That made me very happy.
Including Lee Johnson, or just
no, not Lee Johnson. No, they said right. But I like that they called Action Andretti. Man, I love Action Andretti.
Right. No. Yes, Top Flight is. It seems like Top Flight is the official name for the three-way stable.
Yeah, like they called it. Any
combination of the three.
Yeah, they called it on commentary, but the announcer in the rings didn't say. He said Top Flight and Action Andretti.
So he didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Speaking of commentary.
No,
it's not anything bad. Cole Carter came out with the I Love Mom shirt, and one of them said, I love moms. What?
I love hot moms. That's what the shirt
said. I love hot moms. Excuse me. I love hot moms. And he's like, I love hot moms, Riccaboni. And he goes, yeah, I love hot moms too. Sarah Riccaboni. I love Sarah Riccaboni. And I was like, I love that. He shouted out his wife. I love that.
Yeah.
That made my heart very happy.
That was a good one. That's how that's husband points right there.
Oh, hell yeah. He's like, yeah, I love hot moms too. And I was like, yeah, you do. I was like, love
I feel like the people who've been married for like 10 plus years, that's like reflexes for them now. Like if they see an opening to go ahead, and especially people that are on TV and can kind of say whatever they want when calling matches like this, like he's talking for the entirety of the show. We're listening to these guys talk more than any other wrestler. So I feel like whenever he sees an opportunity, he's able to throw his wife some props.
I love that. That made me very happy. This commentary team I really liked. I told you for a while I didn't like what's his face, who I still can't remember his name. What's his name?
Caprice. I should remember that. But yeah, he's grown on me. I think they have very good banter back and forth. No, they're good together. They're definitely good together. I was surprised to see Premier Athletics take a loss so quickly. Granted, they didn't get pinned, but I was surprised to see them take a loss so quickly. I mean, for weeks we were getting vignettes about these guys. For weeks we've been getting backstage promos. We saw them beat down some teams. We saw them get chased out by all the baby faces, including Mark Briscoe, the champion. And now here they are in like a four-way match, and they're losing in the main event. It seems a bit too soon for me. I was surprised to see it, and I do kind of think Top Flight and Lee Johnson could have taken an L here to keep the Premier Athletics strong. I get it. Griff Garrison and Cole Carter really just don't carry that weight. So I feel like when they put them in, they're kind of like looking at all of them like, who can take the L the most? Yeah, let's just give it to Cole Carter and Griff Garrison.
Yeah,
and they did continue the story, with the Spanish Announce Project. They did have them come back and cost them the match just as they did. So returning the favor. So they're telling stories again. I think it does go back to what we talked about earlier, the fact that story just seems like it will never die.
Yeah.
And like, I can't remember ever like the whole story of the mask and that whole thing never really pulled at my heartstrings the way they would need it to, for it to be 6 months later and we're still just knee deep in it. I
think you're right. No, I think you're right. When did we start doing this? December? November?
It's been going on for a while, dude.
Forever.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah, we've been doing this forever, and I feel like they've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
This is a fight forever chant I do not want to hear.
I what also it is for me, and it's weird. Individually, I like them both. I'm kind of over Spanish Announce Project as a team. I think I don't get excited for them as much anymore. And I'm a big Angelico fan.
I know you are.
Big Angelico fan. I like Serpentico as well also. But I don't know, the team, I've just watched them lose for so long, be heels, be faces back and forth. Like Ring of Honor did them no favors. And it's hard to get excited. And then once again, having them in a never-ending feud that it kind of seems like they've never really had the upper hand of. Like the reason why we're so confused this feud has continued is because I've watched Spanish Announce Project lose to these guys over and over, get their asses kicked over and over, get their mask stolen over and over. Like they've been losing consistently for the entirety of the feud.
If it was a mask of importance, like he can't wrestle.
All the luchador masks are masks.
I understand that, but I'm saying if this one was like the crown jewel, the creme de la creme.
Like his grandmama made it for him?
Yeah, like his but I mean, he just put on another mask.
Yeah, no, a luchador has like 5 different masks. They got them in different colors, different designs. They lose masks at Taco Bell, and then they just order another one. Like, this is the life of a lucha.
Taco Bell? I love Taco Bell.
Of course they leave it at Taco Bell. Everybody leaves the shit at Taco Bell.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
That's a fact. Everybody knows that.
Sounds
accurate. Yeah, no, we get a main event win for Top Flight. Like this is another team where like I am curious where they go from here.
Right.
Because the logical thing would be set them up for the Trios Championships.
Yeah.
However, they don't really bring the Trios Championships to the show anymore. Yeah.
Who is the Trios champion? Just kidding.
The Bang Bang Gang.
I know. The Bang Bang Gang. Bang Bang.
But yeah, like they're so they don't show up to Ring of Honor anymore. They have both AEW and Ring of Honor's Trio Champions. Oh, speaking of real quick, I did like the way commentary mentioned about Kyle Fletcher. They like after he won, they mentioned something about not letting his busy schedule get to him. And I like the fact that if AEW is going to utilize him 1 to 2 times a week, and he's going to come to ROH to have championship matches or proving ground matches, then yes, I like the fact that they're noting that and they're actually using that as a way to prop him up even more. Like not letting the fact that he just fought last night, that he's fighting again tomorrow, that he had 3 matches in a 1-week span get to him. This is our champion. So I love that the commentary mentioned that about Kyle Fletcher. And for everyone else, that continues to get double duty, I hope they continue that as well.
Yeah. Show that you don't let your busy schedule show, Mark Briscoe. How busy are you? Where are you?
He's so busy. He just did a documentary.
I did like when they cut to that documentary and he was talking about how when he used to sign stuff, he's like, I never had stuff like this. He probably didn't have people pulling the pages for him so he could sign them. He was probably signing like 5 or, maybe 50.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cute little thing that I was like, oh, I'll watch this documentary.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Me too.
And I'm looking forward to seeing next week's Ring of Honor, seeing what they have in store for us, seeing what champions show up, what champions ignore their call time, seeing what feuds start, what feuds finish, seeing what we get next week. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to follow us everywhere at the Heel Marks. Do not forget to support BodySlam.net, the pod network. Everyone, all the shows on the networks. Do not forget to make a donation to slamchats.com. Once again, supporting the podcast. Guys, you are the best, and we are just trying to be like you. Never forget that we are not just smart marks.